Designer rings. Buy direct. The Jewelry Exchange Bethesda.
Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, new fires erupt in the danger zone. Blazing along the highway, thousands still trying to escape, hundreds missing. Now the death toll spiking, at least 44 people killed across California as firefighters reach their breaking point. The new warning about explosive fire growth right now.
The security guard holding down an alleged gunman when he's shot and killed by police in Chicago. The outrage growing this morning.
Special delivery. Amazon's big announcement. That contest for those new headquarters decided where 50,000 jobs are heading. The big reveal this morning.
The young girl whose quick thinking stopped a would-be kidnapper is now telling her story.
I asked him what the code was because my family has a code, and he didn't know it, so I ran. He didn't know it.
She's only on GMA this morning.
Superhero send-off, celebrating the life of comic book legend Stan Lee, the creative force behind a galaxy of heroes from Spider-Man to Black Panther. The tributes for Marvel's biggest stars pouring in this morning.
And Michelle Obama live this morning, the ABC News exclusive. The former First Lady in Chicago, where it all began. Already making headlines for what she's saying about the state of the country, her life in and out of the White House, and what's giving her hope today. The live interview only on GMA this morning.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
Good morning, America. Hope you're well this Tuesday morning. Let's say hello to Robin in Chicago, hometown of Michelle Obama.
Proud hometown of Michelle Obama. Good morning! We are here at the South Shore Cultural Center on the south side of Chicago, stone's throw away from where Michelle Obama grew up, and we have quite a crowd that has come out here to be with us this morning. The community is out, and they cannot wait to hear from the former First Lady and what she has to say about all those headlines from her new book. So she will be here in just moments. I'm Robin, I'm your server. What would you like? We'll get back now to the studio. Hey, guys.
Nice town meeting out there in Chicago.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of nice people are excited about Michelle Obama. But we're going to begin today with that state of emergency in California as wildfires burn across the state. The death toll is unfortunately growing.
It sure is. And in Northern California, the Camp Fire alone now claiming the lives of 42 people, making it the deadliest fire in state history. Overnight, President Trump approving a disaster declaration there.
And you can see overnight also the flames in Southern California burning near a major highway. And now authorities are warning of explosive fire growth. Want to go to ABC's Gio Benitez in Agoura Hills, California. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, George, good morning to you. Yeah, we're here in Agoura Hills, and this is one of the many destroyed homes here in Southern California, barely recognizable, with the exception maybe of that chimney there in the back. I want to turn to our wider camera here, because then you could really see how widespread this damage is. But then there's the danger you can't see, the air quality, and firefighters are battling through it all. This morning, firefighters in California are reaching their breaking point. As they desperately try to control the massive Woolsey fire, new fires ignite.
Within the last hour, we had 2 brand new starts, and obviously it just hits home on the fact that we are still in significant fire weather, and the existing fire is not our only concern.
We watched as fire crews took to the air when another fire, now called the Peak Fire, flared up right next to the highway and way too close to home. We're on Highway 118 here in the Simi Valley, and just look at all of the smoke here. Authorities are trying to put this fire out right now. You can see that helicopter. There is a neighborhood right underneath here. Where we were standing, doused with water. This dramatic new fire just northwest of Los Angeles shows how quickly neighborhoods can be threatened and the monumental task firefighters face. The union says at least 39 firefighters have lost their own homes, with dozens more suspected lost. Emergency personnel in the Thousand Oaks area still trying to come to grips with having to deal with a mass shooting and the fires in less than a week. This as evacuated residents here wonder what happened to their homes. Megan Weddle hasn't been able to get back to hers. She's heard it survived, but this was the last time she saw it.
Oh my God.
Walls of fire lining her neighborhood. As she drove out, she thought she'd never see her family again.
What's going through your heart right now?
Let me make it to my kids. I wanted to make sure that I got safe and got to be with my family.
Throughout Southern California, at least 370 homes destroyed so far. Up north in Paradise, the death toll from the Camp Fire rising to 42, making it the single deadliest wildfire in state history. Its smoke spreading as far away as San Francisco, where the blackened air hung over Monday night's football game between the Giants and the 49ers.
And the 49ers have added extra oxygen available for their players tonight.
And there was a really sweet moment on that field right there when the 49ers invited high school football players from Paradise High School to join them on that field for a moment of silence. Because you know what? Those high school students, so many of them lost their own homes in these fires. And for that one night, they were VIPs on that NFL football field.
Nice small blessing there. Gio, meantime, we're learning a little bit more about the fire up in the north, and it may have been sparked by an electrical malfunction.
Yeah, you know what? State authorities are looking at that right now because, you know, that's what caused some of these major fires last year. So now investigators are looking at this and saying, did it play any role this time around?
Okay, Gio, thanks very much, Michael.
All right, thank you, George. And up north, the Camp Fire is spreading. And as we said, the death toll continues to climb overnight. The fire now blamed for 42 deaths and is the deadliest in state history. ABC's Will Carr is in Paradise, California with the latest. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Michael. It looks like a bomb went off here in Paradise, and that has made the search for the missing a painstaking process. Even buildings that still have the walls standing have been reduced to rubble. There is nothing but carnage and destruction in this area, and that death toll is still expected to go up.
This morning, with more than 200 people still missing, K-9s and search crews combing every inch of Paradise, now a wasteland.
Do you think people understand how widespread this damage is?
I doubt it. Everybody I know lost everything. It's real sad.
Firefighters tasked with the nightmare of finding bodies in homes and cars, so many trapped as they tried to flee the inferno.
The fire was above us, the fire was below us, and on either sides. I mean, we were totally surrounded and driving through.
Manissa and Ken Porter, like so many others, drove through a hellish quarter of fierce flames and thick, blinding smoke on one of the only roads out of Paradise. Manissa forced to bail out of her car when the fire cut off her path.
If there had been cell phone reception, there would have been goodbyes to Mom and probably a few confessions that I would like to take back.
Rescued by a friend further down the evacuation route, we found the Porter's car, which miraculously survived the raging inferno.
The first 5 people that died did die in their car on our street.
Take it each day and live it like it's your last, because someday it will be your last.
2017 was a record-setting wildfire season for California, but 2018 has already been far more dangerous. We've seen the largest, the most destructive, and now the most deadly fires ever in state history. Michael.
Definitely not something you want to set records in. All right, thank you so much, Will. Cecilia?
Okay, Michael, those infamous Santa Ana winds are adding to the danger, strengthening overnight, some already topping 80 miles per hour. Rob is right there in the fire zone with the latest. Joining us from Malibu. Good morning, Rob.
Hey, good morning, Cecilia. You know, the pressure gradient that creates those winds is tightening even more right now, so we could see winds gusting over 90 miles an hour, and any more fire starts, especially around San Diego, could lead to explosive growth this morning. The setup remains the same, that high pressure over the mountains continues to be intensified, and that means a strong offshore flow. Red flag warnings have now been extended through tomorrow, and high wind warnings up today for easterly winds gusting to 70 miles per hour. Extremely critical fire danger Temecula, Escondido, and through San Diego through today, with no rain in the forecast for at least a week. Cecilia.
Okay, thanks, Rob. It is such a tough go for those firefighters out there. Of course, those families as well. It is really hard for these conditions.
No end in sight yet.
Yeah.
Week after the midterms, we have an election update this morning. Winner has finally been declared in the Arizona Senate race. Democrat Kristen Sinema beat Republican Martha McSally, flipping that seat that belonged to Jeff Flake from red to blue. But they are still counting the votes in Florida. Election workers facing a Thursday deadline to recount more than 8 million votes. And in Georgia, a federal judge has ordered election officials to review thousands of ballots that haven't been counted in the governor's race between Democrat Stacey Abrams and Republican Bill Kemp.
We will certainly be watching all of that. We're also watching something else, that highly anticipated announcement from Amazon. The online retail giant is expected to reveal the location of their new headquarters this morning after a year-long competition nationwide. Amazon is reportedly going to split their second headquarters between two cities, Long Island City, right here in New York, and Crystal City in Northern Virginia. That's 50,000 jobs between those two locations. And the Wall Street Journal is also reporting there may be other major Amazon hubs to come elsewhere in the country. A lot of eyes watching that one this morning.
A lot of eyes have been watching that for quite some time, and I'm sure those two cities that won are very happy that they decided. And now we're going to go to Chicago, where there is growing outrage over the police killing of a young security guard. Witnesses say he was trying to detain a suspected shooter, but was gunned down by a responding officer. ABC's Ariel Reshef joins now. In Ariel, the community, rightfully so, is demanding answers.
They are, Michael. Authorities say it all started with a fight at a bar, a suspect allegedly opening fire. But when officers arrived, they fatally shot Jamel Robertson, who witnesses say was just doing his job.
This morning, anguish and outrage as Illinois State Police investigate the officer-involved shooting death of a security guard.
EMS needed. Manny's Blue Room was a gunshot victim. Shots fired in the parking lot.
4 a.m. Sunday, authorities swarming a bar outside Chicago, initially responding to reports of a fight that escalated into a shooting. Outside, witnesses say Jamel Robertson, the bouncer on duty, was allegedly trying to apprehend a suspect when an officer opened fire, killing him.
Once the police actually shot him, everybody started screaming. The officer started screaming, he's one of us. He's security.
A civil suit filed by Robertson's family against the unidentified officer, claiming the shooting was excessive and unreasonable. Their attorney saying in a statement, this is a young man who was trying to do the right thing in life. He wanted to apply to the Chicago PD. The 26-year-old, a musician, an organist at his church. A community left to grieve a young man they say died needlessly, doing what he loved.
How in the world does the security guard get shot by the police? A young man that was literally just doing his job, and now he's gone.
And friends describe Robertson as a man of God who shared his musical talents at several churches around the city. He was beloved. The circumstances of his death are now under investigation. The police chief there says the officer who opened fire has been with that department for 4 years. He's now on paid administrative leave, guys.
Such a tough story.
It is.
Yeah. Thank you, Ariel. Wisconsin school is now under fire after this photo showing a group of boys giving the Nazi salute went viral. School is now responding. So is one of the boys. And ABC's Adrian Bankert is here with the story. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning to you too, George. This controversial prom photo has a lot of people talking and a school investigating as to whether or not it's a display of hate.
A school is now investigating after this photo, recently shared online, shows students in a perplexing pose. Dozens of boys from Wisconsin's Baraboo High School gathered on the courthouse steps, many raising their outstretched arms in what is being criticized as an apparent Nazi salute while smiling. Others keep their arms down. The picture was taken in the spring before junior prom, but only recently went viral on Twitter. One of the boys is seen making a gesture which is recently being used by white supremacists online. The photographer who took the picture told the ABC station WISN he just told the boys to say goodbye.
I had said to them, okay, boys, you're going to say goodbye to your parents, so wave. By the time I took the picture, there are all different stages of waving goodbye.
Jordan Blue was in the photo but refused to raise his hand because he says he felt uncomfortable.
The photographer told us to raise our hand kind of in a way, and I knew at that point that some of my classmates are very immature, so I didn't want to do that, and I saw what was happening and I felt so upset.
The Baraboo School District Administrator tweeted out on Monday, the photo of students posted to #BarabooProud is not reflective of the educational values and beliefs of the School District of Baraboo. The district will pursue any and all available and appropriate actions, including legal, to address. And overnight, several in the community met on those same courthouse steps to send a message of love and unity.
And there have been a lot of responses on Twitter saying that this pose is not indicative of this tight-knit community. The school district has yet to say whether any of the students would face any disciplinary action like suspension or expulsion. And again, school district and local authorities are looking into this.
It's so scary that that would be their first instinct when told to say goodbye.
Yeah. And so many kids.
And if there's no punishment, then why don't you do it again? There's no consequence to the action. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate that, Adrian. And now we're going to turn to a celebration of Stan Lee in his life. He is the mastermind behind so many iconic Marvel characters, and he died Monday at 95 years old. ABC's Chris Connolly is in Los Angeles with more about this icon. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Michael. You know, with boundless creativity and ceaseless enthusiasm, Stan Lee made his mark on popular culture. His many cameos in Marvel movies are a fitting tribute to the man who brought us the groundbreaking comic book characters that rule the big screen today.
This is Stan Lee coming at you.
From Spider-Man to Black Panther, from the Incredible Hulk to the Fantastic Four, and from Marvel Mastermind to King of the Movie cameo.
Wow.
Stan Lee's life spanned it all. He and his Marvel collaborators creating a new kind of superhero that would flourish in comic books and eventually film. These classic characters and so many more, all capable of great feats, yet flawed and relatable, with insecurities that touched a chord with millions.
If you are interested in the character, if you can empathize with the character, then you care about the stories.
His characters became massively popular through the 60s onward, as Stan Lee advocated for equality and social justice from Stan's soapbox. The scale of his imagination was only exceeded by the size of his heart, said Bob Iger, chairman and CEO of the Walt Disney Company. Stan Lee started at what would become Marvel back in 1939. Many years later, his increasingly public persona as the happy warrior of his art form mirrored the ascent of the subculture he had long championed, especially as 2008's Iron Man ushered in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Each Marvel movie would feature a Stan Lee cameo. Spotting him would send a ripple of delight through a film audience, eager to acknowledge the man who created and elevated Marvel's superheroes, as with Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3.
I guess one person can make a difference.
Stan Lee died Monday at the age of 95. If you're looking for his legacy, you don't have to look very far. I feel that if you're able to entertain, he once said, you're doing a good thing. And as Stan Lee himself might have said, Excelsior, ever upward, Michael.
Yeah, and Chris, some people are saying that Stan Lee is actually the highest grossing actor of all time. So because he's in all these Marvel movies, is that true?
Add up all those appearances, and we're looking at $24 billion in worldwide grosses. Maybe he is.
Wow.
Wow. Well, he definitely will be missed, but I'm pretty sure his legacy will live on forever.
One man made a difference.
Love all those cameos, too. Let's head back over to Rob right there on the front lines in the fires. You're also, Rob, tracking 2 storms on the East Coast.
Yes, with some cold air, and every time the cold air drops into the central U.S., we get stronger winds here. Look what happened in Wichita yesterday. Snow there. It's been the snowiest start to their snow season so far, and we're getting snow across parts of northern New York with this first system. Heavy rain and miserable conditions in New York City with another one coming on Thursday. Time now for your Tuesday Trivia, brought to you by Downey.
Well, here's to first dates. You look amazing.
And you look amazingly comfortable.
When your V-neck looks more like a U-neck, that's when you know it's half-washed. Add Downey to keep your collars from stretching. Unlike detergent alone, Downey conditions to smooth and strengthen fibers. So next time, don't half-wash it. Downey, and it's done.
Keep the small umbrella handy today. We still could see a spotty light shower coming our way on the cool side today. Your temperatures up to the mid to upper 40s later on, and it's going to be a little breezy. And then blustery as colder air moves in tomorrow. That will set the stage for next weather system. Thursday morning rush, the latter part through noon. Concern on area roads as we could see a little bit of snow, maybe even some ice pellet sleet mixing in with our rain. So keep it tuned right here to ABC 7. Friday, 52 the high as rain moves out.
When we come back, Michelle Obama live on GMA. There she is, I think, standing by with Robin. The crowd is ready and waiting to hear about what she thinks about her new memoir, all the reaction coming in.
Got a lot to say there. And, of course, that young girl who stopped a potential kidnapping by asking one simple question. She's here with us only on GMA.
My favorite holiday meal is roasted lamb.